If you're looking for a gaming chair, you might have come across this one. So let's take a quick look at the Caliber R2 from Cooler Master today, and I'll share my thoughts on this piece of gaming furniture. Welcome to Machines More. Gaming peripherals haven't been an area of focus here on the channel. There is some additional peripheral content that is coming up, but today let's start with this one. And this one is the Caliber R2. It's one of the few Caliber models that Cooler Master makes, in addition to the signature purple shade that you see here. It does also come in black or gray and red. And this one is not a new product. It's been out for quite some time now, but I was asked to evaluate it recently, about a month and a half ago. And so this review will be a product of my experience during that time, and big thanks to Cooler Master for sending this one by for review and evaluation. As with all reviews here, they are not paid for by the manufacturer, and you can expect a fair and unbiased review here. The Caliber R2 is constructed from a steel base with a steel frame. It's got molded foam over that with polyurethane upholstery, steel legs with 5 60mm casters, rotating armrests, and a lumbar pillow rounds out the key features here. Depth of the seat is fairly long at 54 centimeters or 21.3 inches. The backrest is about 82 centimeters here, and there's about 80 millimeters of gas-assisted travel here for the seat height. You can go from 48 centimeters or roughly 19 inches to 56 centimeters or 22 inches. This one reclines from perfectly upright to lie flat, and the seat can also tilt. You have adjustability for the tilt resistance, and you can also lock it into one fixed position so that that won't toggle anymore, like this. Out of the box, you will have to assemble the seat and the seat back. Armrests, separately you will pop in the casters, install the gas cylinder, mount everything up. The head pillow and the lumbar pillows, they attach via straps if you want to mount them. If not, don't put them on. The tools you will need are provided, and the assembly was neither time-consuming nor was it difficult, but one thing I did notice was that there was not an assembly manual included, although there is a pretty good video that Cooler Master provides on their site, but I would have preferred the manual just because, you can just throw that anywhere next to you as where you're putting it together. Overall, it's a good package. It's sturdy feeling materials that don't scream cheap. One thing I noticed was that the chair has these large plastic covers on the side that shroud the connection hardware between the back and the seat base. This was one area I felt could have used some improvement, since at least on one occasion it almost snapped off. It popped out when my arm caught it. Thankfully it didn't break, but the plastic was a little bit bent. Thankfully it popped right back in place, but if it had come off because it snagged something hard, I think it would have broken off, and you'll likely have to order a spare part here, or at least deal with customer service. Before I get into my impressions on the comfort of the chair, I did want to caution you that with any peripheral, a lot of this is going to be purely personal impression, but I did also solicit the input of my wife, who also tried it out as well. So first off, the good stuff. I really like this lumbar pillow. It's supportive without being intrusive. You've got perforated upholstery on that pillow along the sides. The height adjustability of this lumbar pillow will work well for the full range of adult body types. And more importantly, I felt like it was very ergonomic and put the body into a sustainable position, which is important for extended sessions. The bolstering on the chair, it's nice and thick, so hey, go ahead, let loose a little bit. And the padding, it's adequate. At least it did not cause any major discomfort. Adjustability is quite good. The recline feature is awesome. The completely lie flat is a higher end feature, and it's great for a quick nap or a shut-eye after a long session. You can fine-tune the level of articulation or tilt resistance. So from a controls perspective, it's very fully featured. My wife didn't care for the head pillow, and I thought it was okay, and that's why it's optional. I did find that with a moderate level of recline plus the head pillow, it was comfortable. There's nice perforation on the headrest too. The upholstery material, it's quite supple and soft. and I think it will last quite a few years without significant wear, and it's kind of got this matte finish, so it didn't feel clingy. Although I must admit we're still in spring here in the northern hemisphere, so come summer that might change, but I didn't get that impression that it's going to be an uncomfortable material. So overall, quite a good set of materials here used for the chair. A couple points where I think the next iteration of this chair could improve on, though. First, I found the armrests a bit too widely spaced, by about 2 centimeters or so on each side, and it doesn't help that these armrests are sculpted, so your arms almost have to fall into here. And as far as the rotation goes, you've either got slightly flared out or flared in, or super widely flared out. So there's no like straight on position here, which is a little bit odd. And rotating to compensate, it definitely changes the experience. Where I could have used some slight contouring or sculpting would have been the base. It's very neutral and flat otherwise, and I personally want to see just a little bit of a curve at least to help eliminate some hot spots that might develop after long sessions. It's a bit of a shame, since otherwise this seat, it's perfectly nice and it's super deep, which is not something you'll find in a chair in this price bracket. And I think that could get this from the comfortable tier to the super comfortable tier. The position of the height adjustment, it's super awkward. Elevating while your arm is towards the back, it's really hard. You kind of have to reach down and pull yourself up. Coming back down, not a problem. I would have preferred that handle to be more to the front. And it's not like you're toggling it all the time, so it's not a deal breaker, but it is just something that's noticeably inconvenient. Lastly, the chair actually was quite noisy when I rolled it across a smooth floor, and what I noticed was that there's some play, up and down play in the casters, even though they do roll fairly smoothly, but they're firmly seated here, and they really shouldn't be playing that much up and down. And I could have hoped for a little more polish in that regard. But I think overall, when you put the price into perspective, I think this is a great package. And when I checked just now, it was coming in at well under $200 in the US, and in that bracket, you typically have more of your generic products. For the price of this one, I'm quite impressed with the feature set that is included. That full recline and the controls, they're all fully featured. And that's what you'll typically find on more expensive products. And the upholstery, durable cover. And if you can get around some of those little quirks, I think most adults will be quite happy with it. This is a solid 4 out of 5 for me. And I'm very much looking forward to the future iterations on this product line. So I'll leave links down below for it. Please give a like and make sure that you're subscribed if you found this one helpful. Thanks for watching today. Lie flat. To lie flat.